seen her yet.
Keegan is not
yet.
here,
Oh,
but,
and Keegan too.
no, Keegan is sick, so he's not
Oh.
here.
We've got a quorum, so,
Yep, we do. Okay, is it time for me to call
yeah.
the meeting to order? Roll call, I think we've
Yeah,
got that,
good there, yeah.
and agenda approval,
Motion to approve?
second?
I'm good.
Okay, I guess I'll take that as a second.
All right, I like it.
Steve?
Oh, I thought I heard
All in
second.
favor?
There is nobody else.
It was second question mark.
Sorry,
Okay. There is nobody
I
else.
don't have my
Oh,
hearing
I
aids
see,
in.
I did
Oh,
say
yeah,
a
he doesn't
second
have his-
question mark, okay.
He doesn't have his hearing.
All right, agenda's approved. Minutes from January, motion to approve those.
You have got to shorten these up. No, just kidding.
So sorry. We can make them a TikTok if you want.
No,
Ooh,
I refuse to go there.
When I say we, I mean Megan, because I can't do that.
I have an
Never had a
Instagram
TikTok
account and I
account.
do not know what it does.
I don't
To
have
approve?
A second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the motion is passed. No public comments, so old business. Who?
You can't, we can talk as the public
Oh.
if we want.
Are there any public comments?
I think my last
actually, those
commissioner.
are under commissioner comments.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
Well,
you were right too.
Why do I have?
Old business, LeGrand School District Partnership. Anna?
Did we meet? No, we have not met since you and I had our meeting, right?
I think we did, or,
I think it was right after that,
It was
wasn't it?
right
Yeah,
after.
right
Okay.
after.
Sorry, it's all blurring together.
What does
I know.
it say? Does it say you guys met? I
It
don't have a
did.
copy of it.
Oh. Well,
Yes, I think
Yeah.
we did.
yeah, right, you did, but it's in here, I mean,
Okay.
It says we have a meeting.
right, you have a meeting scheduled.
Yes, no, I think
Oh, yeah, so you
I
can
think it
report on the
was
meeting.
like the
Uh-huh.
next week.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
but we sent out I sent out my notes.
Yes.
So, yeah. it
Maybe
did-
that's what we're thinking of, cause, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, I don't know if anyone had any follow-up questions, but I think it went well, and we
Yeah.
saw each other afterwards, and
Mhm.
yeah, both thought it went pretty well. And yeah, I've been in contact with Brad, and we're gonna find a time. Brad Sutterman, the facilities manager, George sort of deputized him to carry on with us, and hopefully we'll be able to find a time. He's gonna send me his availability for the next couple weeks and start with Greenwood and walk around together.
Cool.
And maybe Dr. K will be available to walk around with us. Dr. K is the principal of Greenwood, and look at some of the planting spots that we looked at on paper, but just sort of make sure they check
So
out.
you do already have a date set up to do that? or
No,
not yet?
he's gonna send me what his availability
Okay.
might be, and we'll see what we can
Okay.
work out. But I did finally get a hold of the Oregon Community Trees member, Jim Gersbach. He's currently the president of Oregon Community Trees, and he's the one sort of administering the grant that they got for the free Title I school trees.
Uh-huh.
So we finally connected today, and he told me that there's probably about 12 to 15 free trees on offer for Title I schools, which are all of our elementary schools in the Grand.
Right, okay.
And sent me the species list and said we are the first school to take them up on that.
Okay.
So yeah,
15 trees?
yes, free trees. And
Is that for the whole state?
yes, and they sort of, the way it went down is they had 4 schools sort of picked out. It sounds like one maybe fell through. Teresa hadn't originally I think maybe with everything sort of trying to wrap up and other things going on with the schools, hadn't initially put LeGrand in the running for it, but then since
Okay.
your conversation and another school kind of fell out, they had come back around and said, well, are you sure LeGrand doesn't want any? And
Yes.
right before she left, and so she forwarded that on to me.
Oh,
And
great.
yeah, so yeah, he and I had a great chat today, and he's really excited about the partnership. So yeah, after we sort of go over sites again with Brad and make sure the species that they have on offer will fit
Right.
in those sites, can take him
Okay.
up on that. Yeah.
Cool.
Did we skip over the Tree City application and go?
Well,
Where are
that's an
you?
old business.
Oh, I got a different
Yeah, you got
agenda.
it.
Oh,
Yes.
oops, sorry, did I print out the wrong thing?
Oh, yeah, okay, that's, I was
February
confused as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Is this wrong?
yeah, well,
This is wrong?
Well,
The
outreach
only
coordinator.
I printed it from what you sent me, Stu.
I mean, life, yeah.
Then I
all
picked
bets
this
are
up
I
off
don't
the
know.
table.
Okay, well, I've got the wrong one then.
What do you have on top? February 10th?
Yeah.
Okay, what's,
Someone messed with you, Stu.
that's
the,
fair.
the only thing different, it looks like, is the Tree City.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Except shouldn't outreach coordinator be down in the, somewhere where that we're gonna talk about?
It's
new
on,
business?
On
under,
staff reports.
it's under old business here.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
already
you don't have-
done with the old business.
No, I just started with, I just did that.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have this on mine. So,
sorry.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Tree City,
I'm so confused.
for once I was prepared and actually printed out the agenda
Oh.
from the email.
I'm sorry, so
Okay.
does the email match the screen?
No.
I
Yes.
have no idea what's happening.
Yes.
Well, we're
the e-
missing-
The
This is-
email
Oh, yeah,
matches
yeah, yeah.
this.
Yes, it
Yeah.
Okay,
matches.
so
What's
I'm
on
printing
the
something different.
Table
Yes.
that
This
Anna
is-
provided is different.
I'm sorry.
Only,
That's okay.
only
Is
by
this
one
the
thing.
agenda?
Yes.
Okay, I'll grab this. Okay,
That's what I was wondering.
thank you.
Sorry, yes, no, we
Okay.
can skip Tree City, because I will do that in the staff report.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Outreach coordinator. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, it's un-
Sure.
And
So yes, this is Megan O'Rourke, our new urban
Hi,
forestry
Megan.
outreach coordinator. So yeah, and you talked to Steve,
yes.
and you already know these
Yes.
two. Okay, so
I don't really know Megan,
I
but
don't think we know each other that
Yeah.
well.
Why don't you just talk about your background a little bit, why you're here, and why it's good, and what you're excited about, whatever.
Alrighty. Well, hi everyone.
Mhm.
So I went to school at Southern Oregon University and got a degree in environmental science and policy. I've got some background working with nonprofit organizations, doing lots of community outreach for anywhere from little kids all the way up to adults. Also have a little bit of background in some more technical water and lab work as well. So really excited to kind of bring that all together and come here. I was also born and raised here, so it's great to be back and bring this experience back with me and hopefully help meet some of those deliverables for the grant.
I am so stoked.
me too.
We have two well-educated people, energy. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We are so fortunate. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Okay. Street tree pruning. RFP.
RFP. So last time we talked about and shared what we had put out, the request for proposals, we got 4 back. And Stu and I went through those last week and decided to go with what ended up being the lowest bid, but also meeting all of the qualifications, which was preference given to basically a certified arborist on
Is it
staff.
Michael?
Yes, it's Michael.
Okay. I like him.
And he is
That's good.
going to subcontractor with another certified arborist who's also a climber up in Wallowa County,
Oh, cool.
Brandon Casper. So he has a tree service up in Wallowa County. He's a little bit younger. Michael is sort of passing the baton to him a little bit in terms of being really the only other climber
Yeah.
arborist in the area. So
Cool.
they are going to tag team it, which is great. And both of them came in and we had further discussion. And now I'm just wrapping up sort of
Nice.
the legalese agreement that we will put forward for them to sign. But yeah, they're comfortable with the deliverables there and feel confident that they have 3 years to do it ish. So
Did I see somebody at Riverside doing high?
that was
That was
Michael.
Michael.
Yes, there was the big branch came down in that Norway maple a few months ago. Teresa and I had cleaned it up, but then I'd always meant to circle back with Michael and ask him to take another look at it. And so yeah, that was one of the trees. He and I went out there and looked at that, and also there was a London plane that had about half of it broken off
Oh,
in that
wow.
same windstorm, or no, maybe it was a different windstorm. But anyway, so he and I talked about options for those trees,
Okay.
and particularly that maple because it is right there in the parking lot.
Mhm.
Asked him to get up there and clean it up soon, and he did, so it's great.
So when I've seen, like logs cut,
Mhm.
can anyone take those, or are they?
That is the idea, yes. We
Okay.
kind of let them sit there for a minute to see if anyone wants to take them as
So those
free
neighbors, what is it called?
firewood.
Those guys don't do that anymore? People helping people, is that what it
Yeah,
was?
no, I think they do, there is a wood lot,
There is a wood lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I don't know if they come around and collect things.
They
I don't have a contact for them, so.
Oh,
they
okay. I
will
thought
if
you
you
said did.
call them and
Yeah.
like let them know. Yeah.
because that would be good too.
Yeah, we've used them in the past, and then we just left them there for people to grab, and everything, all the above.
Okay. Great.
Cool.
New business, Greenwood Neighborhood Tree Meeting recap.
Uh, yes. So we
How
had
was
the
that?
Greenwood
You guys might get
neighborhood.
in trouble here real quick.
We had the
Just
Greenwood
last week, right?
last week.
When we
last
were at dinner.
Tuesday. Yes,
Sorry.
clearly I should have sent a reminder to the commission.
Did anybody show up?
You were.
I was
no.
gone.
No, nobody showed
We
up.
had one person who I already knew show up, as well as Jason Gibbons, who is going to be the new OTEC vegetation management foreman. He kind of already is. There's sort of two of them, him and Michael right now, and so I invited him to the meeting, along with many other people. And yes, unfortunately, yeah, we're talking about it today, and maybe a variety of reasons. I think we kind of exhausted most of the communication channels, so not necessarily, you know, a ton more we could have done to get the word out, but
The Greenwood neighborhood is a little
Yeah.
different than other neighborhoods in the city.
Yeah.
These are generally lower income people. There's, you know, they're just not as
Well,
engaged as, you know. if
yeah, I
you
don't know.
look
I
up-
wouldn't jump to conclusions. I think it's just really hard to reach out and get people to come. When we were doing the railroad quiet zone thing, you know, we mailed announcements of a community meeting to all the people along the railroad there, you know, and we got, you know, like, I mean, we thought it was an okay turnout, but it was like 6,
oh,
you know,
wow.
households.
Yeah,
you know.
that's good to know.
So I just think, I
Yeah.
think in general, though, people aren't engaged. I think not, you know, I don't think it's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right. How many people came then?
One.
Yeah.
One.
Really?
Yeah.
So how
I
did you
think it's just
handle it?
really hard.
Well, I mean, I guess if you count Stu and Chris Giandrea, who graciously was going to run the kid table if any kids showed up, and then yeah, Jason, that was 3, and then Peter Donovan, who I don't know if any of you know him. He was the one actual resident who was in attendance. So we just had, I kind of quickly ran through the PowerPoint that I had put together, and we had a more informal conversation.
You think that this is gonna have an impact on the number of people that
Yeah,
are
just
willing
door
to
door.
participate?
I don't know, because we did in the end get 47 survey respondents. About, I think half of them said they would like to volunteer or get a tree.
Okay.
So the next steps are to follow up with them and follow through on those things. Continue putting together educational workshops and things like that. So yeah, I think a meeting doesn't sound very fun. So I
Right.
think we were talking maybe just continuing to go forth with the topics people said they were interested in learning more about, which was tree care and maintenance, tree education, tree planting, and fruit trees. Those were the top 3 education topics, and just putting those offerings out there and seeing what headway we can make with that. But yeah, I mean, we did, again, get people who said they were interested in volunteer. I had one person email me directly. He's a forester who works up in Wallowa County but lives right there by the school, and said he, would love to help out in any way. He's hopefully going to be able to come to the pruning party on Friday. So I think it's just about, I was telling Megan when I was doing Firewise, they call them the spark plugs in the community. So I think it's about finding the neighbors who can sort of catalyze others, and might just be a slow build.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Interactive events are better than meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
First attempt.
Perfect segue.
into pruning parties.
Greeting parties. Yes. So yeah, this was something Teresa had mentioned she would always love to get like a volunteer group together, like we do with planting for pruning. And I know some of you have participated in some of that a little on and off, but yeah, whoever is willing to come be a guinea pig on Friday, we'll do some pruning at Riverside. And
I'll be gone.
okay,
I would
Yep,
like to
no
come in the
worries.
future though.
yeah, no worries. And so I think Teresa's gonna come. Sounds
Okay.
like yeah, you two, a couple other folks, and pardon,
What time?
1 to 3
And where are we gonna meet? The
at
pavilion?
Riverside. Yes, at the pavilion.
Okay, and are the trees along the walkway?
They're kind of starting at the dog park and then going down the greenway.
I
Yep.
was biking that today going, which, I'll take that branch. You know, like at bike speed and going, some of these trees need to be pruned, so,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot, like I said, we can do from the ground, and so it'll just be kind of good to see how that goes, managing a volunteer group who kind of knows what they're doing, and
Yeah.
see to varying degrees.
I can goof my way through it.
It'll be good, to practice the teaching
better not hurt
of it
any of
as
the
well, and yeah, Steve's gonna go
And-
top off.
And you're
Yeah.
gonna demo
Watch him
up
closely.
front.
Yes. Yeah. So I think I sent out like sort of what I'm kind of thinking is a draft agenda, and yeah. Sorry, Megan, this was kind of put together before you started because I wasn't sure when you were gonna start, but yeah.
Megan can be there for a couple hours.
Yes. Yeah. Megan will fortunately be there for a bit, but yes, start with like a brief sort of telling some of you things that you already know, but if you'll allow me to practice, allow us to practice. And then we'll kind of, I'm thinking, go out and flag some of the trees, particularly like if there's a branch that we think, yes, take all of this out, and slash to kind of mark like, yes, this tree is okay to touch, but then probably partner up as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I think Teresa will be able to be there too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
Great.
And yeah, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully if it goes well, and we would love, feedback on what worked, what didn't, things to streamline that, and think about like if this were to happen in a neighborhood, like walking around a block, what would kind of work. So it's also to get your feedback on the kind of feel of that style
Yeah.
of event.
And do you notify the paper?
I wasn't
radio.
going to.
I feel like you
this.
should. I mean,
Well, for this, I thought you wanted it to be kind of small. That was, I thought, of your message.
Yeah, this is sort of just like a
A
test for this, but yeah, in the future,
Right.
absolutely.
okay. Okay. Well, you could even notify them if you are wanting to get more publicity and stuff. I feel like you
Mhm.
could notify them and say this
That's
is
true.
this is a practice run for what you're hoping would be more. I mean, like you said, maybe if you just even get a few responses
Yeah.
from that, you
Okay.
could build that way.
Yeah.
Just thinking of ways to build these
Uh-huh.
programs.
Yeah, just kind of get the idea socialized out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll have to think about it just because of the efficiency, right? And if it's a dry run, we want to. The purpose is like to proof of concept and then
Yeah.
do that. Like
Okay.
blast, like we need 20 people. We're gonna pair up, ready to go. These are the streets and neighborhoods, whatever. Right?
But I think we can definitely we can take photos. I'm verbalizing this because I'm horrible about remembering to take photos. So maybe between the two of us or 4 of us,
You can use those to promote.
we
for
can
the
put it
paper,
on-
et cetera.
yeah, we
Yeah.
can put it on Facebook
Yeah.
and
Okay.
and then
We have a
in the
full-
future.
Yeah, we have a full media list like
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Okay.
Elkhorn, Eli,
Yeah.
Observer.
Cool.
All those three,
That's
and
kind
then
of
of course
Yeah, I
our
know.
email list. It's like 4,000 strong, and then
Okay.
our
Mhm.
Facebook, the city's Facebook, whatever.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's what we did, and we still got one person. So
Oh.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
But hopefully these will be better.
I think doing pictures, if I think about it, it would be cool to have, videos,
Oh yeah.
somebody going, hey, this, we're looking at this tree,
Uh-huh.
when we do that, we wanna, just so you have something to go
To do
forward.
the promo, that's
Yeah.
a really good idea. Yeah.
Yep,
So
that's a good
pictures
idea.
and short videos would be
Oh.
helpful.
And the Lions want. Remember, you came and spoke at the Lions. Did you, or are you
No.
going to? You're going to.
I don't. Oh, I I don't know anything
Oh,
about
that is
this.
hilarious. Wes is in charge. It's all blurred together. I've seen you.
You're going to be.
Was
right.
was that
Yeah.
Teresa?
No, you're on the list of
She was
people
just
to
talking,
call.
yeah.
But okay, so I thought, was it because you were there? But Brent Lewis, who does a lot with us, he was saying he would really like the Lions to help with these programs with the
Oh.
urban forestry,
Cool.
like the tree planting in the spring and the fall
Yeah.
and stuff. So anyway, we're not.
Mighty.
We're not we're not a lot of numbers, but there's probably 5 or 5 to 10 that could show up at any one time.
Okay. Great.
So yeah, so I need to write down for Wes to.
That's good. That would be
invite
double
you.
what we used for planting
Yeah.
Yeah.
last time.
Oh
Yeah.
sometimes there's a lot of people at the plantings.
Last time there was,
Oh
Yeah. There wasn't a ton.
yeah.
Okay, it's that
think
weekend.
there
There's so much going on that first weekend in October. I always
Yeah.
have something going on. I can never make that one.
That's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can think about timing.
So anyway,
Yeah.
That's-
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Wes to invite you to the Lions.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Hopefully you can come. We meet every twice a month on Mondays at lunchtime,
Oh, okay.
12 to 1. Okay, cool. Arbor Day planning.
Arbor Day planning. So really, this is just another save the date. Arbor Day for 2026 is the April 25th, and the plans that have been in the works so far. So what historically has happened, right, is the field day with the 4th graders, and that my understanding is Teresa does that before actual Arbor Day. I mean, it depends on when
Yeah.
Arbor Day falls. But so the day I was looking at for that was the week before, the Friday before April 17th. But I still need to reach out to the teachers to make sure that would work with them. So those were sort of the 2 days to put on your calendar right now. And then the actual Arbor Day, we put in for the Oregon Community Trees Arbor Day Foundation Booster Grant. And that was, they have a max of $1,000 that you can apply for. And I know we've gotten it before, the city's gotten it before. You're eligible to apply for it every other year, so not this past year, but the year before, and then 4 years prior to that, or whatever that was. Teresa has gotten it, and that's what she used to like buy the vests.
Oh, cool.
And some of the prizes for kiddos.
Cool.
And so Stu and I talked about it, and this year we put in for some of the same stuff. So put in for to cover the school bus costs to get the kids to field day. A couple little prize things, but then also pruning tools. While they don't directly support the planting necessarily, the narrative that I put in there was that it supports the need that we are hearing from the neighborhood that is our target for this year, right, Greenwood, around tree maintenance, and the efforts that we want to do more tree care and maintenance workshops in that area. So getting a few more tools to our tool library will help us create a tool library that potentially, if people come and take one of the trainings, then they can check out tools in the future if they want to do pruning work. So that would just allow us to have tools to do during those workshops, and that people could use and like check out from us at a later date. So that was the other chunk that we applied for. And then our grand idea is if we do get this funding and can get some of the other things in place, is to expand on the great field day event that's been happening with the kiddos, but also have a community offering as well, really centered on Greenwood. So put together a tree planting of some sort, but also have it conjoined with activities on the Greenwood field that the recreation folks would put together to provide childcare, while parents can go to a tree care workshop. So like a 1 hour, here's how to prune, plant a tree, right place, tree selection workshop while the kids are playing. then afterwards do a tree planting all together for Arbor Day. So sort of like a Greenwood Arbor Day block party. Is the idea, like centered around the Greenwood field and planting trees around Greenwood, and if there's any closest by neighbors, that as well. So that's the idea.
Do you have a location for the field day for the kids? We've done it at Pioneer for ever, it seems.
There was one at
Riverside,
Riverside.
Riverside, and a
And
few years
Pioneer
back we did it at
Pioneer.
Pioneer.
Yeah.
So-
Brain Park.
I mean, I'm open to suggestions. I kind of had Riverside in my head just because it was closer to Greenwood, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
there's a million trees to plant on the Greenway too,
And
so
that's-
that could be the next 20 years, you know.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but that's on the Island Ave, right?
No, the
No.
Green.
Oh,
the-
Greenway,
no,
the
one you're
trail.
Riverside, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Bike
okay,
trail.
right there.
Mhm.
All right, I was gonna say, I don't want a busload of kids on Island
Yeah, that'd be
Avenue.
okay.
Oh no.
Good point.
Okay,
Mm.
So yeah, that's sort of what we've got in the works so far. But yeah, if there's anything from all of y'all's experience participating in past Arbor Days that you were like, this really worked, everyone seemed to love this, or this really didn't. The theme, which we'll have to workshop a little bit, but I think I had shared that when I met with Principal Koenig at Greenwood and said, what are the kids into these days? She said they really like hearing from experts. And so I was kind of thinking like a tree pole theme, like tree people, and trying to get folks to come show, like from Oregon Department of Forestry, Forest Service, local arborists, like Carrie with Grand Ron, community science, like people who are outdoor, natural resources, tree related, to kind of come do activities. So
I like that.
that was the thing.
And you could put it just about anywhere, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Is
Go
it time to tell kids about the emerald ash borer yet? Because I was thinking,
Yeah.
don't we have, you an entomologist, right? She could talk about that. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's time to look
absolutely.
for it yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
No.
never too early.
I
Well,
hope
I
not
think
too.
one of the things that has worked really well, and I suspect you're already thinking about it, is having, 2 or 3 stations, 4 stations, and the kids are moving, they're at a station for no more than 45 minutes,
Okay.
or depending on how much time, but they're moving, because they like to move,
Yes.
whether they're where you want them to or not.
I don't think it was
Uh-huh.
even 45 minutes,
No,
was
it's
it?
like 25
20,
minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
20 minutes or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they're
it
only
is.
there- They're only there a couple hours, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like a half day is
Yeah.
what this.
But then there's like a bunch of them in the morning, and then there's a bunch in the
Two
afternoon,
afternoons,
so they're like, 2 or 3 hours each.
Yep.
Okay, but the stations are really cool, because
Okay.
then, then you can stack it with the professionals. Meet the pros,
Meet the
the
pros.
tree pros.
Tree pros. Yep. So yeah, if there's anything else you'll think of when you're reflecting back on your past Arbor Days, let us know.
Okay.
Okay, budget.
So it's time for the city's budget request, which means the budget process goes from now till June, when it's approved by Steve and the budget committee. Then the budget committee sends recommendations to the council for final approval and adoption, which has changed once since I've worked here in 11, 12 years, so it can happen. But the council usually adopts the committee's recommendation. So the one thing on here that Anna and Teresa provided that I wanted to ask for feedback on is, and we've had this conversation in the past, funds for low-income households designated for tree removal or high-cost maintenance. So this would be a chunk of money that would be set aside in a fund that would, and then we'd have to flesh out the application, but if you were, you could pay for 25% of the removal, the city would cover the rest with these funds, and then we'd have to procure some sort of a contract with tree services or some fair way to do that. We haven't got that figured out. We're just talking about budget for now. This is an idea that I wanted to bring up. It came from this group, and then it made the list. kinda of the wants,
How much you asking for?
10,000,
And that would just, that may or may not be used.
right? And it may or may not provide pruning for 1 or 2 or 3
Right.
trees, depending on the size of the trees and
Right.
removals, right? So it could be
Right.
1 tree, if it's
And there's still,
massive and complicated.
and this, and what do you think the likelihood of it
Yeah.
moving through budget?
I don't know, all bets are off this year, right? Because we have a
Yeah.
new city manager, so
Yeah.
his guidance so far has been to put everything in front of council that are the needs, including this, they've seen this before. There's sort of a must-have, wanna-have, would like to have kind of list. This is on the want list, not the must-have. He instructed us to put all the must-haves into the budget request. So this wouldn't be in the main request, like automatically from staff, but I think it's just worthy of conversation tonight to see what you guys think. I have no way to predict how this budget season's gonna go.
Yeah,
I
neither
would say in the past, it's probably we'd have to have more conversation and maybe get some grants or donations. This could also be seed money for some grant applications in the future for the same thing. Like if we had a tree fund. Anna has, I think she's the source here, the city of Grants Pass, which helps cover up to 50% of the removal after the resident has obtained at least 3 bids. The resident submits the bids to the city and when approved and the work is complete, submits receipts for 50% of the reimbursement. So the property owner in Grants Pass looks like they pay upfront and then the city reimburses them based on kind of the rules around that. So there's a reference point here, that we can kind of use to institute this.
But,
But I don't know if we're there yet, you know?
yeah,
I don't know.
so
Yeah.
let me, I'm trying to wrap my head around what you said. You're going to include the must-haves
Right,
into,
which is
budget.
not this.
Right,
This is a warrant.
but how then are you going to bring this up during the budget?
Oh, sure. So the way that works is simple. In the narrative of the budget, it will simply say that the Community Landscape and Forestry Commission recommends approval of this fund for this reason. And we explain it, and then it gets, placed in the budget where it belongs. So it's, something the Parks Commission does a lot, like when we need new equipment, the Parks Commission will kind of look at the list and listen to staff on recommendations and then recommend a purchase of this, and this,
Right.
instead of just this and this, or
Right.
this, and this, you know what I mean? So it's just a way to provide council and the budget committee with a recommendation.
So it will occur as a line item in the budget that we're given.
Based on your conversation tonight, that's all up for grabs. You guys tell me what you think.
What happens when you have a certain amount of money that you're not necessarily gonna spend and it can just keep building?
Yeah.
Cause like I was,
We have that, yeah, it's called, it's under grants and donations with the city, so there's
Uh-huh.
several different sections of that and account numbers assigned. Urban Forestry has its own, so for example, the grant that's paying for Megan to be here, it's all in that fund, right? So actually, it's complicated because I said that wrong, it's not personnel money, it's supply cost money. So it's there's a nuance there that doesn't really matter for this conversation, but it gets set aside just for that.
I don't know in this case whether or not it would continue to accumulate.
Right.
I think it would end up being a line item of 10K, and then if it didn't get spent, it would stay in the budget.
It would accrue interest, though.
Okay.
Grants and donations accrue interest every year.
All right, but it wouldn't be like a capital improvement fund
No, that would
where
go away.
we would take, $50,000 this year and put it in the capital improvement fund, and then we take another $50,000 next year and put it in there, and the first $50,000 is still there.
oh,
And then now in the second year we have
so you have
100,000.
more.
But in this case,
So
I think,
Why can't we do that?
It would
with
just
this?
replace it if it got spent.
right, if it got spent,
Mhm.
next year we'll
Oh.
just bring it back to
Right.
10,000.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You,
Right.
you
So
can
you
do
would-
it
makes sense.
whatever way, there's 2 options there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kinda like the building it, but,
I mean, we can certainly do that too, or it's 10 to start and
Right.
3,000
See
every
how
year
it
after
goes,
kind of
yeah.
thing, or whatever. The other thing I want you to think about is in the the total budget, Anna's working to kind of tweak the numbers, kind of in her existing, let's just say for even numbers, it's $50,000 for her supplies and stuff, right? Materials and services. So, just for even number, no reference intended there. She's gonna work to tweak things inside that to still make it around $50,000. It might come out at 55 or 58 or somewhere there, but it'll be close, right? That's kind of my direction to staff. Then, after that, we have our summer seasonal person that we've included and been successful the last couple of years with in this division. So that's something to think about. Big picture wise, this has been a small budget historically, and you know, you can push, but you also need to be mindful that in the general fund it's one pie. So other people, you know, it has to be shifted around. So I think the staff is a priority. I think that $50,000 is a priority, and then this would be, if this is something we're ready for now, or you think that we kind of workshop this over the next year and we propose it next year. I don't know.
I think, I like the idea, and I would advocate for it if the committee decides for it, to put it in the budget. I think personally that we need to workshop it a little bit more so we have a more complete package to present to the budget committee and ultimately to the council. In other words, you've got $10,000. What's the application process? What's the selection process? You know, is there a 50% match, or is it 100%? I think it's worth doing. I think you'll have more success on the budget and with the council if you go in with that versus we want $10,000 to put this program in place, but we're not quite sure how it's going to work. Right? I mean, if you want to beg, borrow, and steal from Grants Pass, there's your starting point.
Yeah. Or I think it's come up before, using the same process as they currently do for, is it water billing? Where,
Right.
yep, same sort of application process.
Right, and so, you know, and that would be good, because council is familiar with that process, or should be, and you can say, okay, we're not gonna reinvent the wheel, but we have a process already in place. If they meet these criteria, then we'll match them for 50% or whatever. But I think my thought would be to flesh it out a little bit more and then go for the 26-27 budget cycle, which is this one, sorry, 27-28.
Oh, yeah.
Because we go June to June, so
Yeah.
it's 26-27, 27-28 would be the next one. That's my thought, but we have two other committee members.
Well, you're on the budget committee, so
I mean,
you kind of know.
if you guys want to
Yeah,
do it, I mean, I'm
recommendations.
gonna support it if it's on the budget ask, but
How about, I mean, the caveat to that is, to your point, if we put it in, then we'd probably wanna flesh it out quickly.
Yes.
Because we would want to have
Right.
answers by
Right.
May.
right.
And I guess something else that I haven't really thought about, I just presumed, is the need. Like, do we
Yeah, we
get
have no idea.
people calling the city and
Times,
saying I can't afford this,
a
and
few,
Yeah.
so maybe
Yeah.
There's one record I know Teresa told me about where the city paid for it and then there was a payment plan set up,
right?
for
Yeah,
that
I
person.
mean, the city has tools like, you know, we could put a lien on your house and things like that too, but I don't think that's what we're going for here.
right.
Yeah.
No.
More proactive instead of,
And I can see it in the case where particularly the city comes in and says, this tree needs to go out.
Yes.
And I think that may be one of the conditions of this program,
Yes.
where the city says to the property owner, because that tree is their responsibility if it's in the right of way, you need to remove that tree for this reason. That automatically clicks them into the eligibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then they have criteria that they need to meet. You know, if they're like me and I can afford to pay for it, no, you know, I'm not sorry, Steve, we don't get any bennies. But if it's the elderly couple lives down the street and they're just barely holding on, then the city has an option. So, and maybe that's, I don't know how these things work, but if you want to go forward with it, I say hustle and get something worked out before May. And you have, you've got 3 months, March, April, May, 3 months from now.
Yeah, it gives me anxiety, but,
What if we
Yes.
ask for 5,000 instead of
it just,
10,000?
the questions
Yeah,
remain.
it seems like we
Yeah.
haven't
We need-
spent much time talking about like all we've done so far.
Right.
As I recall, was like at the last meeting, said, wouldn't it be nice if we had,
Yes.
and that was it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's
like-
why I'm bringing it, yeah.
yeah, right.
It's the
I-
budget time of year,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe it's too early.
Spend some
Yeah.
more time thinking about, because even, I automatically thought of, so there's the street tree thing, but then there's also not street trees, now that we're getting into planting not street trees, and you wanna promote the urban forest, I think maybe we would wanna think about those being eligible too, I don't know, it seems like these kinds of things we kinda have to think about and discuss.
So, can I make, do you want a motion on this?
No, probably just consensus
I,
to get it,
I,
or,
I think that what we should do is over the next year, dedicate a little bit of time at each one of our meetings to go over a different segment of, or, you write up something, send it out to us, we can feed back to you individually, not as a group. And start to really hone something, put something together, and then we go for this 27, 28 budget cycle.
Madam Chair, if you have consensus, then I'll just write that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you wanna talk about it some more.
No, I mean, I was just gonna say, it would be nice to have some sort of need, like why,
Yes.
the need for the
Mhm.
program. I mean, I always thought of it being a PR thing, like it's a good public relations thing.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if there was actually showing a need,
Yep.
where people were saying they can't afford to
Yeah.
deal with the street trees, or if
Yep.
we wanna expand it beyond them.
Yeah, and I think that's something as we do more outreach, we'll probably get a better sense of, I mean, we
Yeah.
have the survey saying that affordability was the second ranked challenge after risk. So definitely on people's mind, I think, and maybe they're just not coming forward because there's nothing on offer, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think, there's definitely a need in, the fact that, we talked about the age of the canopy last time, 41% is the average for the city, 53% is the average for the Greenwood neighborhood, so they have more
They have
older
trees.
trees, and I think 2 of the bids that we got from the RFP both put removals for just that area at $20,000, for the trees that we had identified, Teresa and ODF had identified this past summer,
How many trees is that?
it was about 15,
15.
that they were
20,000 for
recommending.
15, that's a lot,
Over
$1,000 a tree.
$1,000.
More than that.
For somebody on
Yeah,
top.
there are some data points to go on, so yeah, I can definitely
Okay.
write that up.
Okay,
Um,
I think that
Yeah.
would probably be a good starting point.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, consensus, everyone?
Yes.
To move, okay, not to seek any money this year.
Right.
Okay, staff reports, urban forester.
I sent out the report. Does anyone have any questions? Sorry. Okay, great. I think.
You were gonna talk about the Tree City.
Oh yes. We already knew we were approved as Tree City, but the Growth Award was also approved. So congratulations!
Yay, good
on-
job, Teresa.
yeah,
Did you do it
yeah.
with Teresa, or just you do it?
Mostly
or-
Teresa did it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but yes. 36 years as a Tree City. So yep, and went to City Council last week and was officially introduced to them as the urban forester and said, I will see you all again in April. And Stacy has already reached out about getting the proclamation ready for the mayor to sign and on the schedule to come to the April meeting to chat with them more during Arbor Month. So
One of
yeah.
those easy proclamations.
Yes.
I've had some challenging ones.
Oh.
I think you remember the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Anyway, anything
Congratulations.
else?
Thank
Yes.
you. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. And yeah, other than that, really excited to have Megan on board.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
And before we go on, I'm assuming that next month there'll be a slot for the
Yes.
community coordinator?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless there's something you want to share after 2 days on the, on the job.
Not just 2 days, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, yes, I was gonna ask that too.
Yep, okay.
Okay, thanks, Anna. Director,
I don't have anything other than, we're, just, okay, so 2 things, reminder that, we spent all the, so this is one grant, the outreach coordinator, and it's called the Community Forestry for All grant. And then there's the Island Avenue grant, also across from Starbucks, right, all the way down Island City. So that's still in the queue, that will go into the budget request, should have even brought that up during that conversation, but you guys got me distracted. So we'll provide a little more funding in that, for that reason, in Anna's agriculture line. Make sure we do that, remind me to do that, because, we spent all the money from the grant on what we have now. Now we put the trees in the ground, we talked to the grantor, and they said, certainly, yeah, no problem, we'll extend your thing, just plant your trees, make sure you do what you did. You said you would do, we've got, I don't know, a few ponderosas out and back and some other stuff already, and then we'll add some more to our fall tree order, so that will be in this next year's budget request. Some additional trees than we normally would buy, so we can kind of cover ourselves there. So that's happening still in the fall, that will sit like
and how
it
many
is,
trees?
over 110,
Wow.
Cool.
100
That's
something.
great.
On
10
Island
plus.
Avenue?
Yes, because the plan Teresa and I put together was staggered, so it's essentially a tree every 20 feet, but that's like a tree here, 20 feet, a tree over here, 20 feet, a tree back there, so there's sort of an understory
cool.
and overstory.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So they'll, yeah, okay, never mind.
2
Zigzag
rows,
sort
kind
of?
of.
yeah.
It's gonna be epic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a lot of planting.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
He's not loving his optimism.
It is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be.
And then
have
how-
that tree there.
And then
A lot of
how will they
tractor
be
time.
watered, or like for the first 3 years or so?
Yes. Yep.
Will
So
be just
Mhm.
hand. There's no water there.
there's no water there, unfortunately. It is kind of in a little bit of a swale, which is a ecological bonus. But they are working on fixing up the Kubota, the gator, I guess you'd call it.
It's called the Cushman.
The Cushman, sorry. The little Cushman gator that I'm hoping we can purchase a small water tank for, and then it could like drive
Yeah.
along the
Oh,
sidewalk.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's a vehicle that we already have. It just needed some
Yeah.
tuning up, but Justin, is a really great mechanic, so he was working on that.
Cool.
It'll be ready to go by then.
Hopefully.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. And
The
second
other,
thing?
the second thing is that we have this high
Sorry.
school, yeah, who's the chair? Good job, smack him. We have this high school group that's emerged, it's like a community
Yeah.
service club, and they did this, I don't know, did you post that or anything on Facebook or anything? Did somebody take photos? Anyway.
I sent you the photos.
Oh, cool, I should post it, I don't know how to do that, but,
It-
no, it's
your
fine.
your kid was there, so I thought
Right, well, I
run it by
should
you.
show them, but, essentially there were, I don't know, 10-ish,
Wow.
maybe, that showed up for.
Is there a teacher like
Yeah, there's an advisor.
key person?
That
advisor?
person didn't show up, but all
Yeah.
the kids did.
Nice.
And like the president of the club showed up, and her dad's on city council, so that's good.
And all
then
her
And what is
family.
this group?
it's just a high school club.
A
They're-
high school
it's
club?
like a
What
community
kind of
service
club?
club.
Just a
Oh, okay.
community
Yeah.
service club. So I think
Great.
we were only the second one, but they did like the food bank, I think, the month
yeah,
before.
yeah.
So they're just looking for volunteer opportunities once a month.
Once a month. Okay.
So they cleaned up a whole bunch of stuff on the other side of the bridge by
Yeah.
the Greenway. You should have noticed it when you biked by, but it was so clean and perfect right there. He was going too fast.
Yeah, probably.
As soon as you get over the trail from the park, there's like this formal sort of planting area.
Yeah, yeah,
more
yeah.
formal.
Uh-huh.
That they really clean. They put, I don't know, 20 barrels of like brush and debris.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Really cleaned up, like
Yeah.
pruned a whole bunch of
Cheatgrass.
suckers and cheatgrass.
Oh, great,
and
great.
We pulled a few, like, those weren't junipers, were they? Like some shrubs?
No, they were like little
Miniature.
Mugo pines, I think,
No.
that had the ones
Just
that had
died.
died right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
but they were there for like an hour and a half or something like 2 hours, and they like,
It was all girls.
When
They
you
worked
got
really hard.
When you get 10 people, 10 bodies, you know,
Right.
unbelievable.
that's
Yeah.
20 people hours, you know.
Yeah.
and
It was awesome.
When they picked up garbage too, several of them just walked the whole length and picked up garbage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is coming up Thursday. In 2 days, they're gonna come back and do the whole Island Avenue strip.
Oh,
So they're gonna
Wow.
pick up the garbage between the railroad tracks and the road, so they'll be
Damn.
if you see them, so
oh.
that'll be cool.
Yeah, it's
They're all in, like,
Prove
hey, you
while
wanna do
they're
this?
out
Yep.
there.
You wanna do this? Yep. You wanna do this? Yep.
You
So
said Thursday?
it's awesome.
You said that's
Wow.
next Thursday?
No, it's in 2 days. Thursday
You know,
after school.
I
Oh.
would.
Oh, after school.
Yeah.
What time?
Do, so what do they do afterwards? They
Jackson's.
just like disappear?
What do you mean afterwards?
Those kids? What
I
do
have
they
no
do
idea.
afterwards?
My kid just went home, but the rest of them, I don't know.
I mean,
Oh, some of them went to play board games at somebody's
I
house.
was gonna say,
It was
you
in
know,
those school days.
Okay.
I would give you money, they could go to
Have ice cream or
TQ.
something. Well, I'll tell you what, if you wanna meet down like, if you have time Thursday afternoon.
This
at-
Thursday?
Yeah, like at 4:30,
Yeah.
something like that. If you wanna give me a text message, we'll be down kinda in that area. We're gonna meet at Jackson's at the Chevron, and then we'll start there and go all the way to Monroe, all the way towards La Grande. So that'll be. we'll
But
be
you're
on
doing
Timbers
it
and
too.
Bays and- Yeah, we'll be out there. My kid has cheerleading practice probably, so she probably won't be there, but she's in the club. So, good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, everyone who was walking by was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you!" Like, yeah, they were
Where are you
really
gonna
stoked to see them.
Cool.
I'll just be down there, like, I'll be at Jackson's at 3:30, but if you wanna show up at DQ, probably around 4:30, they'll probably be done around then. And then you can just be like, hey, I'll buy you guys ice cream, if you want.
I'm trying to think, so if I'm at
Just
Tell you what,
call them.
Text
yeah.
or call me like around
Tell
4.
us
Just look
Text
for
or
the
call me around
kids on
4 and
Island
see
Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't promise them anything, Steve, if you.
Yeah, don't do that.
Surprise.
In case I space
It'll
out.
be a surprise.
Yeah, but
Just call me
you
if you
know,
want,
they,
sure.
because recognition
Yeah, yeah.
of volunteer effort,
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, and then they go, you know, hey, well, they go back to school, yeah, look what we got, and then more kids.
That's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, and then don't let me forget, we need to look at the welcome sign to see, there's a bunch of perennials there that we might need to have them
Oh.
pruned down
Okay.
while they're there. And they can just do that as they walk by.
Okay.
That way the new ones, when they come up, will just be fresh and clean.
Okay.
Thanks.
Cool. Very exciting.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we already did the pending business, tree removal funding, right?
Yep.
That's already done, okay. And then the LeGrand, or the hospital, Ground Round Hospital Middle School parking, just kind of keeping an eye on that. Were you able to reach Corinne?
Not yet. Yeah, now that Megan is on
Yeah,
board,
pending,
we were
I thought.
gonna
We're not really
go.
talking about pending
Yeah.
business, sorry.
Oh.
Point of order, pending business is just there, so we remember it for next
Yes.
meeting. If you wanna put it on the agenda next
Oh.
meeting, now's the time. Otherwise, we're not talking
Yeah.
about it.
Because there's no
Oh.
updates, yeah.
Sorry,
Okay,
we're being official.
okay.
Thanks, Leah, that's right.
So I'm not supposed to talk about
we will
pending
have
business.
No,
Updates
it's just
next
there, if somebody wanted to say, oh, can we get an update on that next time, that would be how to do that. That's just there, so you
Oh,
remember.
can I get an update on that next time?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll add it to the agenda,
Thank you.
cause Megan will be here longer, and we'll have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes. No, that was just a follow through. We were waiting to have
Okay.
introduce.
Well, Leah might have to remind me about that next
Yep.
time too.
It'll be on the agenda, so we're good.
I know, but maybe I should, about the pending
Yeah,
business. I should
okay,
Talk about it.
that's fair.
Information, tree care
Excuse
education.
me,
May I talk about this?
Madam Chair, I just
Uh-oh.
want a point of order. You did talk about the tree removal funding process,
No,
and it wasn't on the agenda,
Right,
it was
because it
covered
was-
as a budget item.
tricky, right?
Yeah, so if we wanna
But it
go
was
to
a-
formalities here,
Thank you, Steve.
The reality is, it was on the agenda, and we talked about it, so there
it's
you
just,
go.
you know, what he wants on the agenda gets on
The shadow docket.
the agenda.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Alright, sorry.
Information, tree care education.
Alright.
Is this for us?
That
Yeah,
is
it's for us.
For us. So I thought
Please,
with
Got it.
our
because we should be, because our job is to help educate the public, so we need
yes,
to be educated too.
yes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sad not everybody could make it, but so just briefly, I know you're all expert tree planters, and have probably put a lot of thought into this more so than the general public, but we are coming into tree planting season. The ground is still frozen, don't go planting trees now, I know. Some people are probably thinking about it. It's not
not
very
very-
frozen,
not very
I know,
frozen.
it's true.
I got daffodils
No,
coming up
yeah.
and
Oh.
budding to be
Ew.
flowered.
It's
No.
wishful thinking, maybe. Yes, I
Really
did
scary.
go water some of the trees downtown
That's
last
what I was
Friday.
gonna talk about in the
Really?
comments, yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
because especially ones downtown where they're just getting baked, surrounded by concrete.
Yeah.
The newer planted ones, I gave them some water. I've been checking. There is still moisture in the soil, but yeah, definitely not as.
Well, and I was thinking maybe the ones that we planted in the fall,
Mm-hmm.
because normally we count on the,
Yes,
Yeah.
the
but it's been so
insulation.
warm
Mm-hmm.
that,
And dry.
I've been watering
Yep.
the stuff that we planted in the fall, but I don't know if you could send a little message to the homeowners.
Yeah, and that's where going forward, I think, because I don't have like contacts
Oh,
for
yeah.
everybody who got a tree, so I don't have a way to message them other than like knock on the door hanger. We posted it on Facebook, and yeah, I went and watered everything along the Second Street overpass and Greenwood that we planted in the fall,
Yeah.
and then yeah, a few of the newer ones downtown.
Yeah.
And then we got rain, which was good, but yeah, not the
So
like
bad.
2 inches they're used to having by this
Right.
time of
Yeah.
year.
Right.
So yes, very weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might have to extend the seasonal at some
Mhm.
point.
Mhm.
But anyway, yes, that's also an educational thing. Winter watering, especially if you have little young evergreens. But tree planting, thinking about that, this is a wonderful one-pager from the website treesaregood.org, which is sort of the educational website the International Society of Arboriculture puts together. So they have lots of great one-pagers on there, and this is their one just on tree selection. So all the things you kind of think about when you're going to welcome a new tree into your home. So why do I want a tree? What are the soil conditions? How am I going to take care of it? All the things I like to say that you would think of when you're like having a child or adopting a new puppy. You also have to think about how you're going to feed and care for those things and have enough space to provide for them. So, and they will live a long time. So being thoughtful can help be good in the long run in preventing a lot of future issues. And so with that said, and with our updated tree list coming out, I had a little exercise for each of you. Here is your role.
I'm a mean urban forester.
Okay. And then hopefully I can mix these up. Everyone gets
I want to keep going.
a tree. And so the idea here, it's a matching game. So go around the circle and read your character, and then if you think you have the tree that would fit in that space, speak up. So take a second, you can look at your tree and look at your character, and whoever wants to start.
I can read.
Okay.
I own a rental property, and I don't trust my renters to clean up after themselves or take care of the tree. The mean urban forester is making me replace the street tree I cut down. I just want something low maintenance. I don't want any fruits, and the planting strip is only 6 feet wide. I have a red oak. I don't want that tree there.
Good call. Does anyone have a low maintenance tree they think might work? And just as a refresher, so the classes on here, how the recommended trees have been grouped are by size. So class 1 is something that's for a minimum 4-foot planting strip and fairly small in height. Class 2 are also small-ish, but can vary in height, but are mostly narrow. Class 3 are medium-sized trees. They need at least a 6-foot planting strip. Class 4 are the large trees.
I don't think I have the right tree for you.
So mine would work, but
You
I
have
don't
class
know.
1?
No, I have 2.
So Steve has a,
Does yours actually say class 2 on it?
No fruit, low maintenance,
Class 2, there it
and
is.
how big's the planting strip?
6 foot.
6 foot.
Yeah.
So
So,
you could put a big-ish tree
yeah, so
there.
mine's
A 3, a 2 or 3.
A 2.
2. Yeah. Yeah. Mine's 40. It's supposed to get 45 feet tall, 15 feet wide. It's a columnar. It's Prairie Sentinel hackberry,
Oh.
a columnar cultivar of eastern hackberry.
Is it
Does
native?
it have colors?
Does
Or
it have-
flowers?
Is it
columnar
native?
cultivar of
Okay,
eastern
no.
hackberry.
Okay.
Does it have flowers?
Adapted to harsh urban sites.
Okay.
Hackberry. They do have flowers, but
Do they? Are
They
are
have
they red?
insignificant
showing.
flowers
Yeah,
they're
not
and
showing.
and they do have fruits.
They have
Yeah.
the little pits. I don't
Oh,
want
yeah, you
pits.
don't want that.
My renter isn't going to take care of it for me.
Does Stu
How
have the
about
right?
it's adapted for
No,
harsh
mine's
sites.
massive, it needs.
It's adapted for harsh
It needs
sites.
25 foot
I'm
width.
sorry,
Well,
Leah, I don't want your tree.
So that's
Anybody else got a tree that, I'm sorry.
Anna says mine's yours, but I don't understand, so.
So,
Here you go. Here's mine.
so they
It's a ginkgo, and it's
So-
massive, so I don't know why it would fit where you're going.
Well,
Disease free.
She says it will.
Drops
Oh,
all you
class
in one
three.
go.
Is it class
Virtually
three?
disease and insect free.
You
So
people are
this-
like-
I think
this
I like
is
that one.
where-
It's beautiful in the fall.
this is
Yes.
where the
One.
canopy is different than
Yeah.
what the root flare needs.
There's
So-
no information about the roof flare.
Sorry.
so-
But you did say 1 was 4 foot, 2 was 4 foot, 3 could go to 6.
Yeah.
Right.
3
So
needs
we're-
minimum 6.
so-
Yep.
There you go.
There's.
And it's
All right.
evidently low maintenance, but there's just a huge lack of information on that.
But
Sorry.
have you ever smelled the fruit on ginkgos?
I have no idea if there's
They're
fruit or not, it doesn't
It's
say.
it's a
They
male
don't plant
ginkgo,
those
don't
anymore.
worry.
Yeah, they don't plant females anymore.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Leah,
Yeah.
I don't want your tree.
Fine.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I got a
Thank,
tree.
thank
I'm
you,
happy.
Steve.
Your granddaughter loves red flowers and wants to help you plant a tree in your front yard. You want something that will provide shade but won't be too big. There's a service line running to your house, but you will plant the tree on the opposite side of the yard. So you want I want some shade and I want flowers.
I have yours. So I have the Briati Red Chestnut, which is a cultivar that doesn't have seeds on it, because horse chestnut seeds can be toxic. So that's why we don't necessarily recommend the straight species anymore. And also they can be ankle rollers.
Yeah.
But it's a great medium-sized tree with red flowers.
Thank you.
Yes.
My granddaughter will be so happy.
Well, now, mine
That's an
don't have
actual
information. I
example
could've
from this
matched you
year.
too.
We planted a tree this fall, a Briati red horse chestnut, because the granddaughter wanted red
Oh,
flowers.
cool.
So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, I want to create a backyard oasis, but live on top of a spring. I'm looking for a tree that can tolerate moist
Wow.
planting space is large, no overhead power lines or underground utilities. So is it class 4?
Heritage river
Sounds
birch.
good.
Likes moist soil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Pretty.
Nice.
How lucky to have a spring.
Alrighty, I own a retail space downtown with a narrow planting strip between my building and the parking lot. I need to add trees to comply with the parking lot landscaping ordinance, but I need something that will fit and will do well in a very urban environment.
Where's the columnar one?
It's this
What
one.
is that?
Yeah.
Leah's got a tree for you.
Nice.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. I want to be the talk of the neighborhood with the most gigantic tree in town. I have a nice wide planting strip and no overhead power lines. I also really like squirrels.
Oak.
Oh,
I'm not
Oh.
giving you my tree.
What tree do you have?
I've got a western serviceberry. I don't
It's
think
gotta be
that'll
an
do.
oak.
I told you I'm not giving you my tree.
Too
You
big.
can have one
It's
too.
too big for your spot.
Yeah.
You know, oaks are
You
like.
didn't even want it. You were
That's
curmudgeon.
true.
I know.
That's true.
You-
Oaks
Yeah.
are great keystone trees.
Yes.
They have lots of bugs on them.
All right. Last.
Last but not least, I'm a homeowner that wants to bring beauty and wildlife habitat to the neighborhood. I would like a tree with flowers. but my planting strip's only 4 feet wide and there's a power line overhead. What do I do?
I think you take the Western Serviceberry.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Now, what about the Western Serviceberry? Does it have flowers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it only, in a planting strip, only 4 feet wide? Is it
Yes.
good for power lines? Does it grow short?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, great. I'll take it.
Amelanchier omnifolia.
All right.
That concludes your tree
That
care
was great
education.
Thank you, yes, that,
I got to
like
be
that.
your curmudgeon.
You were a
And I
curmudgeon.
got to pick on Anna, so it's a win-win.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.
Yep.
Okay, commissioner comments.
Well, I guess I want to say I am working on the list. We talked briefly. Steve brought up the idea of a native plant or a urban city plant list,
Yeah.
not a tree list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I started it, and anyway, it's under. I sort of started it, and I've kind of. What I'm thinking, I thought I'd send it around and people can say what they think,
Yeah.
right? But I've done shrubs, perennials, and grasses.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh, nice,
Great.
nice.
It seems like maybe it shouldn't be like. It seems like there should
Overwhelming.
mostly be things we can
Get.
right. That we
Yes.
know we can get,
Yeah, cool.
and I'm not sure. I guess how native. That's something maybe we can talk about, but.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
It seems like Southwest stuff might be fine because
For arid.
it's getting hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a
Your
lot of
vegetables.
stuff, there are a lot of shrubs and perennials and grasses locally that
Oh,
we
yeah.
could be putting in our yards.
Yep.
That would,
Not
you know,
taking
Yeah.
water.
just don't put Rosa in there, cause it just goes everywhere.
Rose?
Well, there's
Rose.
different
I've got
ones.
rose.
There's
Yeah.
native ones.
Native rose,
Yeah,
is-
okay.
mine's going everywhere, my native rose.
I've got
I like it though.
snowberry that I had
Oh,
sprouting,
those.
it was sprouting
Volunteer
from
everywhere.
the ones I planted, so I dug them up and I put them out on the side yard, underneath my lilac, with the
Volunteer,
intent
yeah.
that when
Cool.
they get big enough, the lilac's coming out.
And spirea too. I
Yeah,
think
spirea.
that's starting to spread.
Yeah, spirea,
But I
9
like
bar.
it.
Leah, did you get the
I
things
did
I think?
those,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,